Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to our potentially deciding, I should say, game number 3, DK versus Tongfu. It's a best of 5. DK will have to win 3 in a row if they hope to come back. As for Tongfu, they are in a much better situation here. 2-0, they started off this series, and DK has looked rather weak, to put it mildly. I'm LD Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here today by Brax from LGD International. Brax, what's up, buddy?
I'm hungry, LD. I'm hungry for more games.
Hungry for some awesome Dota?
Yeah. And food.
You sound glum.
I haven't eaten.
You also sound hungry. How appropriate. In game 1 and 2, Tongfu just crushed the laning stage and snowballed from there. Brax, if you're in Tongfu or DK's shoes right now, how do you respond to that? What should their game plan be going into game 3?
I don't really know. I'm wondering if they're going to play standard like they did the other 2 games, if they're really going to try something different this time.
Of course, it's the time to do it, right? Your back's against the wall. You're about to be knocked out of the grand finals and finish second place. DK is generally a very somewhat predictable team, not known particularly for being innovative or doing unusual things, but if there was ever a time for them to take a gamble, it would feel like this has to be it.
Right, exactly. They always just play standard, and I'm looking for some Spirit Breaker or something. I want something exciting.
The Space Cow, as Bruno likes to call him.
Yeah. He's a real hero, by the way. He's not just a pub stomper. He is scary.
Yeah, he's got 700 health, and I think it's 6 base armor at level 1. That hero is ridiculous. I don't know if it's 6 armor, actually. I know it's 700 HP and change, though. He is very tanky.
Alright, so Tongfu started with Visage, so usually this is a hero you pick when you want to secure a safe lane, or you want to fight. Just fight in general with a tri-lane.
And DK respond with an Alchemist Lifestealer. So they get 2 melee farmers. Lifestealer, both of them fairly strong in the laning stage. Alchemist has a lot of burst. Lifestealer, very hard to kill, but this is a pretty greedy opening from DK, I have to say.
I mean, it seems greedy if you assume Alchemist is a farmer, but he can also always play support too.
That's true. He can also go solo mid, which we've seen Super's done a few times. You rush the mech, sometimes you get a medallion. And they are on the dire side, so if they get ahead, they could go look towards Roche very early.
Yeah. We usually see it as like a safe lane farmer, or assume it to be that, so... You know, it does look greedy, but it can really play anything, just like Naga Siren. Naga Siren can go mid or safe lane or anywhere, pretty much. Same thing.
Yeah, Tongfu not really tipping their hand too much with their lanes here. Could defensive tri-lane, could aggressive tri-lane, could run Naga solo mid. We've seen that a lot, or not a lot, but we've definitely seen it. You max Riptide early, it's got a 10-second cooldown, very easy to farm, and you get early access to Song of the Siren, so their options are also wide open. I mean, the obvious expectation is a tri-lane with those two, because they just synergize so well, but doesn't have to be.
Yeah, Naga's really good against Nakes too. You can always keep him locked down in fights.
Yeah, or you can sleep his team and then just try and kill him while they're slept.
Yeah, that's great too.
That really hurt. That really sucks if your lifesteal. It's like, well, shouldn't have raged. Shouldn't have used my best ability. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what they go for. For DK, obviously they'll need at least 1 or 2 supports here. It could be a support alch, could be a solo mid alch. Lifestealer will be one of their farmers. We know that much for sure. And if you're DK now, you've gone for alch, you've gone for Lifestealer, and you see that Tongfu is wanting to run a very strong tri-lane, Brax. What's the correct response to this? What should DK look to do?
You know, I think DK can actually handle their safe lane as long as Nakes is there with 2, not too greedy supports. As long as they're strong enough to fight, they'll be okay.
And they'll go for a Windrunner.
If they go aggressive again.
Oh, they'll go for a Windrunner ban, which does, in a sense, shore up that tri-lane because it removes one of the best heroes to go aggressive against the Lifestealer. So I like that ban a lot.
It's just they need the right heroes to deal with Song of the Siren, you know? Sometimes there's a game where Naga can just sleep initiate and you just already know you lost because you can't fight. You don't have any team fight abilities or BKBs or whatever. But it's picked early so they can pick stuff against it, I guess.
Yeah, they know what Tongfu's going for, at least in that regard. We've seen Batrider and Puck, those strong solos, be prioritized by both teams. I do want to point out Puck is still in the pool. Something that maybe DK would go for, the silence is big against Naga. If you can burst her before she songs, then the fight really does turn in your favor. And Tongfu, I think very smartly, will ban the Puck.
This ban right here tells quite a bit. The ban DK's about to make.
What do you go for here if you're DK? What do you think they should ban?
They want to ban something, so... Well, depending on what they want, they need to ban something that's like counters their game style, I guess. If they want to protect the Nakes, they would ban a hero that's good against snakes like Razor or Weaver or Naga, which are all in the game except for one hero.
Right.
But it really depends what they want to show here, because this ban is like a free ban. It's like a third ban, basically. You eliminate 3 heroes from them. Because you take 2 bans and then the next pick immediately afterwards.
Yeah, this is, like you said, you effectively get to deny your opponents 3 heroes over the course of these 2 bans and your next pick. And also, well, you've seen what Tongfu wants to do a bit with the laning stage. Visage, Naga, not really that great of a dual lane combo, so they most likely do want to run some sort of tri-lane with these picks. But we'll see where they go. DK, banning out DK. Oh, that's not cool. That's some self-loathing there. I think DK needs a psychologist, but they'll get rid of their namesake and a hero that we've seen on and off. Something that Mu has played quite a bit mid, but won't be in this game.
You know, it looks like they didn't really know what to do with this pick here, because usually if you this is like the pick you focus on when your second pick here, because you can really get away with some cheesy things. It's like last pick when you're the very last pick for the first pick team.
Would they?
You have like a.
I wonder if they
I was
think
gonna say
about
you have like
here.
a free pick here. Maybe.
They don't have a vehicle for the lifesteal yet. I guess it's probably a mid alk, but it could be an off lane lifestealer, a safe lane alk +2, and then that would free up the mid lane if they want to go for Storm. I do feel DK is lacking a way to get the lifestealer into the fights right now, and I imagine at some point they'll look to address that.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Storm would be pretty good actually. Puck's already out of the pool.
They'll go Enchantress, so they'll get QQQ's jungler, and
Team.
that's definitely a diversion from what we saw in the first 2 games, which was only heroes that could lane. But this game, they open up their draft a bit, and they go for the Enchantress.
Okay, this is actually pretty smart because Tongfu focuses so heavily on laning. With Enchantress, you can make a lot of space for your lanes without losing out on too much.
I've talked to Winter a lot about Visage and how strong the hero is, and he said that he feels the junglers, Enchantress and Chen, are like the #1 way to deal with Visage, because you can just pressure that lane so much and deny his level 6. So it seems like DK might have the same idea in mind.
It really is. It's nothing he can do against the creep.
He can grave chill it.
Well, I mean, you could, but do you want it? Razor. Okay. See,
Wow.
that DK ban probably should have been a Razor ban if they wanted Nyx as a one farmer.
Well, yeah, I guess it's still up for debate if it'll be a 1 farmer, but either way, Alchemist or Lifestealer, these heroes are not that great against Razor. At least not in the early to mid game. If they get farmed enough, sure, but this is very aggressive from Tongfu. A flavor of Zenith. A taste, at least.
The Razor's just pretty much a hard counter to the Nyx.
Seconds remaining.
Like, no matter how farmed this Nyx is, he's never going to be able to stop, you know, stop himself from getting linked by Razor.
And now
He'll always lose
DK,
out on that.
well, they'll tip their hands here. Now they've gone for the Magnus. That's 3 melee farmers for them. 3 melee heroes against a Naga Siren, against a Razor, against a Visage. Heroes that I think are generally quite good against melees. Riptide's great. Net is obviously fantastic. Song can help you to set up some AoE follow-up, and Razor, obviously. And Tongfu get a bit of a melee counter here, I feel, in the Enigma.
3 melees versus Enigma and Naga. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, this is going to hurt. And Tongfu, strong lanes for them still, if they want to run Enigma as a solo especially. But, well, Brax, how do you think they're going to play this from here? Is it a jungle Enigma? Is it an aggressive tri-lane? What is the game plan for
5
Tongfu?
seconds remaining.
I mean, with the Razor, you'd think that they want to fight directly against the Lifestealer. But there's an Enchantress too, so I don't know. They could offensive and then try to keep tabs on Enchantress with having Enigma in the safe lane. And then another hero mid.
To pick.
Well, it's game 3 for DK. They're down 2-0. So if they lose this game, they lose. They'll be second place in the Dota 2 Super League. Time for DK to put all their chips on the table. The final pick is now out. Sand King and Rubik will be your last 2 bans. DK sitting on an Alchemist, Lifestealer, Enchantress, Magnus right now. Looking most likely for that second support. Brax, you did mention Alk can play support, but running support Alk and getting another farmer when you already have Mag and Lifestealer seems awful greedy to me.
Yeah, it is.
5 seconds remaining.
If Tongfu places their lanes as a aggressive tri-lane, that means they really want to focus on shutting the Nyx down, but they can lose this lane easily if Enchantress comes with creeps and just babysits the lane the whole time. So it's more of like creating space for Enigma to farm up than actually shutting Nyx down.
And now they'll get a Queen of Pain here, so, well, you look at Tongfu's draft, and Very long-range initiation, great potential wombo combo. Slit Song into Black Hole, into Visage Stuns, into Riptide, into Plasma Field, into Krita Pain ult. Oh boy, if they hit that combo, DK are going to be in a lot of trouble, but we'll see how aggressive Tongfu look to play, especially in the laning stage. It's King J playing the Enigma. Normally he's one of their solo players, so it looks to me like an aggressive tri-lane Razor, a solo safe lane Enigma, and a solo mid Queen of Pain. Could be a jungle Enigma if they want to just abandon the off lane, but I feel like it'd be silly to against DK's lineup.
Enigma could be mid too.
That's true.
He's pretty safe mid lane.
I imagine they want to get the Enigma 1v1 against Magnus. Is that your goal if you're Tongfu?
It doesn't matter too much against any hero in this game is fine one versus like one on one. The bigger issue is not dying to Enchantress. So if Quap's on the safe lane, then she won't die to Enchantress gank at all. So there's no chance of snowballing that lane. And mid lane's a little harder to gank. It'll be closer to his tower all the time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this rodeo on the road. DK on the dire side, Burning going to be on the Alchemist. That makes it a very one-position Alchemist. Nearly a zero position, because that's so much farm Burning wants to get. Super, handling your mag. Going towards the mid lane, needs to pull out the big plays this game. QQQ, your jungle Enchantress, like you said, Brax. A lot of pressure on him to win this laning stage for his team. RTK heads bottom as the lifestealer, but I imagine he'll end up in the safe lane. Going to be playing that Shadow Demon. For the time being, DK, 5 heroes grouped up, heading towards the Radiant jungle as the Dire team. Tongfu, they lead 2-0 in this best of 5, and they want to close the deal and slam the door on DK right now. Game 3 now underway. Banana, the Naga Siren. Mu, the Queen of Pain. King J handling your Enigma. Sangsheng, the Visage. And last but not least, it'll be Hao on the surprise pick here, the Razor. So, what do you think of these?
What do you think about the, well, I don't know, because I don't know where they're going to be placed yet, but what do you think of the support Naga? I mean, this hero is so solid all around, I don't see really any weaknesses besides low base damage. But then you get around that by playing as a support hero, so...
Yeah, because, I mean, the thing is, even when you saw Naga picked at the International 2, right, she was always as kind of a utility, like, 2 position. At least with the Chinese teams. They'd always run her with a Morphling, an anti-mage, well, Morphling more commonly, because you could go solo mid, but someone else does a lot of damage. And Naga still offers you nearly all of that utility as a support, so...
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't...
It was never
this
like a solo carry, like AM or anything.
Yeah, it was always like a dual core carry.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And so I think it works very well this game, actually.
Okay, so DK mixed up their lanes a little bit here. They want to get the most out of this. They predicted an aggressive tri-lane, so they try to dodge. This is good by them.
That's good by them. However, they do have a Queen of Pain versus Mag mid. Super rushing the bottle. He'll have it very soon, but this is a very tough matchup for Magnus. I'd say probably the single hardest one, but definitely up there. One of his most difficult opponents in the Queen of Pain.
It is bad, but if you think about it, Mag doesn't need anywhere near as much farm as Quap to be useful in this game. So it really isn't that bad if you think about it like that.
As long as he doesn't die. That'll be the important thing here for Super. Only level 1. Mu might try to dive him with this creep wave, so he'll have to be careful. Shadow Strike available. He'll throw it now. There is Shockwave taken at level 1. Just hits level 2. Oh, he forces out the skewer from Super. If he didn't hit level 2 right there, that would have been first blood, but he'll barely escape. And a close call for him.
Some trouble.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. Tongfu running this aggressive tri-lane. Something that ROTK will struggle to farm against. The good news, though, is, well, they do have a free farm Alchemist for Burning. Already 7-2. No points yet in Grievel's Greed. Debating if he wants to level it up.
He just got it.
It's Burning. Was there really any question? Was there ever a question?
He wants to get gear, man. That's how you get gear.
Gotta get them loots. He'll start to work on it now.
Alright, so... Okay, so they're pushing this tower really early. They want to break up Tongfu's laning stage as much as possible early by making them rotate heroes. Because if one hero comes down, then the lifesteal has a lot more room to farm now. Because he can take these 2 heroes without, you know, worrying about dying too much.
Yeah, this seems smart to me, because there's just nothing an Enigma can do to stop this push. Not against an Enchantress. If he's in the lane, he's giving up first blood. So they're taking advantage of that. They'll take an early tier 1, and that'll mean fast boots for your Shadow Demon, for your Enchantress. And then they can go try to set up some kills mid, or even in the jungle. And it also, oh, actually we're going to see TPN. They want to defend this tower. Banana, your support Naga's going to rotate, and now QQQ could be in trouble. KJ looking for a Malefice. The new and improved Malefice.
He doesn't have Malefice.
Oh, wow, he's got Midnight Pulse?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for this, or is this a misskill?
I think it's a miskill.
Okay. I was going to say, that's some next level Enigma play. Wasn't sure if I was missing
mean,
something, though.
Maybe it clears waves faster than we think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's 3% damage per second, so yeah. Not so sure about that. Didn't even use it to kill any trees as far as I can tell. So, yeah, I'm really not sure. But now, Burning still farming this bottom lane. They do in the end hold on to the tower. Mid lane, Moo's gone in on Super, takes him low, but doesn't kill him off. And now we'll see DK, this Dire squad, score 0-0 3 minutes in. Rotate into their own jungle. Might go for a smoke gank soon. They've got one up on Die. QQQ, no boots yet, though. They'll pop the smoke. They'll head top now. And Hao is really bullying ROTK. 17-3.
Yeah, this is not an easy lane for Nakes at all.
Yeah, it
But
seems
he's
like
got support coming right now.
it seems like a great lane as long as he doesn't get ganked. And Hao, look at those Spidey senses tingling. He'll back off just in time. Good map sense for him.
Yeah.
It really sucks to be a support of DK right now. It looks like you might get first blood and then foiled by Hao. And he's playing defensively. DK still smoked up, but the smoke will be broken. Hao on the high ground.
Oh, he scattered him now too.
Perfect. And he's looking for that 4-minute rune, and they're scared. They're going to back off. Meanwhile, mid lane, Mu is going in on Super. Continues to auto attack. He's got a blink. Doesn't want to commit just yet. No mana for a scream. Now, a magic stick as well as a bottle. The rune has spawned bottom. It's an invis rune. And it will go to Tongfu. In fact, Mu's jumping back in. He's going to find Super. First blood and a prize for Jimmy Chung. Congratulations, Jimmy. But, wow. Mu just played Super so hard there.
Yeah, he had no idea the bottle was coming in right there.
Did he actually? I think he saw it, though, because Super was in the river when it got delivered. It was daytime.
Because he wasn't paying attention then.
Yeah. Well, Burning on the run now. He'll get netted up bottom lane. They could end up losing another. TP comes forth, but Burning's low. A soul assumption, and down he'll go. A level 4 mag. 2 TPs, in fact. Lifestealer coming in. 4 heroes descending on this bottom lane, and they're not going to get a single hero. DK with a massive overcommitment and a late one at that. Unable to find a single kill. Now Hal going to get free farm top lane. Everything looking good for Tongfu. Gold, experience. They lead by over 1,000 in all counts. They've killed Burning. They've slowed down the mag mid. And this is about as bad of a start as you can possibly get if you're DK.
It looks similar to all the other games, doesn't it?
Is there something wrong? Like, is there something in the water at the DK training house? They seem awful lost the past couple of games.
Yeah. They just seem to lose the laning phase way too hard to do anything.
QQQ's gone in top lane, but Hao has plus 90 damage. Yeah, good luck ganking that. Especially with the Hellbear.
That's the wrong Ursa.
That ain't gonna happen. Mid lane, they have found Mu, but he's low. He's not dead yet. He will go down. That was a desperately needed kill. Mu, well, unable to blink away in time. I believe he may have used it to jump in there. Or just choosing not to use it. And now a Soul Rain for Enigma. Boots, Reign of Basilius, and a Soul Rain. King J getting close to level 5. He's actually our lead farmer in terms of net worth this game. Just an assist to his name, but it seems to me like Tongfu are getting a bit more out of this laning stage. Offlane Razor already level 5. They're actually gonna, looks like they might rotate the lanes here though. Hal's rotated bottom. Hiding in the tree line is Banana. And RTK desperately wants to come. In fact, musical lanes for both teams, as RTK is also rotated bottom. Now Burning's gonna get the safe lane farm.
Now the Elk has some window to farm up. It's not a huge window, but it's something.
So if you're Tongfu, I guess they just felt Hao was too likely to get ganked top. Had no wards and too vulnerable to Enchantress gank, so I imagine that's why they moved him off the lane, but...
ROTK is going
Oh no. ROTK. The second that I look away, he gets caught. Down he goes.
I had my eyes on him.
Thanks, Brax. Appreciate the backup.
No, you're welcome.
I
have to watch my favorite player.
Yeah. Gotta keep your eyes firmly peeled on RTK. Meanwhile, mid lane, we might have an engagement here. Mu, Shadow Striking Super. In comes King J. Creates some conversions. Not going to commit just yet. DK, 3 heroes must grouped up top. They'll take a tier 1. Remember, they did a lot of damage to the tier 1 bottom as well, so DK still finding some important tower gold. The tier 1 bottom will fall for Tongfu. Hal's going to claim it. Now up to another 700. Brax, as we head towards the mid game, if you're DK right now, you're down, but you're certainly not out. You trail by 1,500 gold, 1,000 experience, and you do have Burning as Alchemist. So in theory, if he gets some space, he can farm. What's the game plan for DK? What are some key things they should be doing to try and stay in this?
You know, right now I don't think it's too bad for them. They just traded 1 tower, and I know it doesn't seem like anyone comes out ahead on that, but it does give him more space on this map to farm. How's getting ganked right now,
Yeah,
too.
they're going on Hal bottom lane. He's been skewered back, but he's stolen a lot of damage first. Now the RP gets deployed. The Infest and then pop back out from RTK. He's going to live. That's a Razor down. Soul Assumption comes through. Die gets sniped on the way out. Visage Dota. Visage freaking Dota. And they're jumping in. Moo's going back in on RTK, gets netted. And I think he's going to fall. Only a level 2 Rage. It's not lasting for much longer. Riptide's there, and Tongfu get 2 at the cost of an RP. And they're not done yet. They'll maybe look to go on Burning here. Never mind that. I heard a TP, but just one hero retreating to base. And now Hal comes top. Oh, they've got Black Hole. Burning. He's got to be careful here. Malefice, Black Hole. King J's looking. No, Burning's charging a stun. Oh, he's been baited. He's been caught. Maybe it's King J who's gotten baited. No Black Hole yet. No mana at this point to use one. Now Hal on the chase. Burning on the run. There's your plasma field, and he's going to go down. While that was happening, simultaneously move. Finding a kill on Super. Our score now 7-2. 8.5 minutes in. Tongfu leading by a healthy 2,500 gold and 2,500 experience. And they still haven't actually even used Black Hole.
They're just so pressured in every lane. Like, what lane can they actually go to farm right now on any of their heroes? Nyx has to run from Razor every time. Alchemist can't stay versus him either.
Yeah, it's like
It seems like there's nowhere to go.
It's like you said, Tongfu really prioritizes having strong lanes, and DK seems to just prioritize having like a strong lineup for the mid game or the late game. But Tongfu's been exploiting that in all 3 games so far, and game 3 no different.
Yeah, they just seem to win this laning stage so hard that it doesn't matter how much better your late game is. You know,
You got to get there
never gets
first.
then what's the point? Exactly.
And even if they get there in terms of time, will they get there in terms of farm? That's the other question, because the 3 lead farmers are all on Tongfu right now. We're going to see Moo now with 1,300 gold. We'll see what he goes for. Could be an Orchid. Would be great against the Magnus. Maybe a BKB. We'll have to wait and see, but he's getting a lot of farm. Enigma, Ogre Club up. King J is going to rush a Black King Bard from the looks of things. And last but not least, it's your Razor. Sitting at 3,200 net worth for Hal. They're against an Alchemist, and the Alchemist is not farming a single hero. And Hal's lurking at the Secret Shop. He's found RTK, who does have Rage, and will be able to run away for the time being. There's your Alchemist stun coming through. Plasma Field will bounce. Not going to find a kill just yet. RTK open wounds. Hal is overextended. Now he'll go for a TP out, but gets disrupted. A 4-hero reaction. They all descend top, and Hal will pay for his insolence. Giving away a kill. Has no wards, just a little bit too aggressive in that top lane.
That was such a needed kill right there.
The one thing is, every time they get a kill, it's like 3 or 4 heroes. Whereas when Tongfu get them, they don't have to invest as much. But they, like you said, a much needed kill nonetheless.
They just need more space on this map for Alc to farm. That's all.
There should be a burning version of the Dota map that just has like double the neutral camps. an extra lane where you can't kill heroes, you can only kill creeps. If there were, he'd probably win that. Speaking of burning, only 1 point in Grievel's Greed. He's just hit level 7. I'm curious to see if he'll level up the Acid Spray or start maxing the Greed at this point, but feels to me like a game where he's got to get ultra fat if they want to win.
Yeah. This is what Tongfu usually does at support Naga. He transitions into somewhat of a farmer. Enigma takes over the jungle, and then this hero starts pushing lanes really far out. He has a ward, so he should be okay. Even if it's a smoke gank, he has time to get sleep off in most cases. So he just sits there and pressures the lane forever, and he makes another hero come. And look, the life still has to come to outpush a lane from a 4-position Naga. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and they can't kill her.
presence is just so much greater. Right, exactly.
If RTK goes in, even if he reaches, well, maybe if they have 3 here, then maybe they can. But watch out for Moo. Backstab is coming. There's your song. Moo's gonna hold off on dropping his ult. Now Banana to TP out. Oh, they thought about taking that fight. Moo was mid-cast on his ult. That Sonic Wave would have hit 3, but decides to hold it. Instead, they'll go for the push mid. And this could be
Yeah, see, it just takes
dead.
too many resources for this push, or to gank this Naga. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, like you said, that's a 4 position. That's not a carry. No farm priority was given to this Naga. And yet, 7 and 3. 3 heroes come in and they can't kill her. I mean, I guess they could have RP'd that immediately instead of trying to get a skewer first, but I don't know if it would have mattered.
Even if they got the kill, it wouldn't change much at all, you know? They'd get 1 kill and still lose half a mid-tower, or they'd lose damage on mid-tower. It'd still be in the same position.
The one good thing for DK is they've drawn the enemy team, Tongfu, away from burning a little bit. So at least he's able to farm top, but now Banana comes in and will try to drive him back. They're diving mid. Moo. This Radiant squad, Tongfu, 4 heroes. Grouped up mid, trying to take the tier 1, and they'll do it with Familiars and Eidolons. Now King J up to 1,500 gold. The Mithril Hammer coming soon. His BKB not that far off. And once he gets a BKB, DK have very limited tools at their disposal to cancel a full duration black hole. And they have 3 melee heroes, so very likely for quite a few to get caught. I'm a little bit worried here for DK. We're now 13 minutes in. The gold lead, 3,500. The experience lead, nearly 4,000. And Tongfu going for a lot of early to mid-game items. The BKB, the drums coming now for Hal's Razor. Mu, up to 2,700 gold. I am very curious to see what he goes for. Hasn't spent a thing yet.
I imagine it'll be an Orchid or BKB, one of those two.
Yeah, it seems
Most
like
likely an Orchid.
it seems like Mask BKB would be decent against DK. They do have RP. They still have some physical damage, but just to avoid an Alchemist stun, an Enchantress Impetus might be worth it. But yeah, we'll see. For the time being, Tongfu sitting back and farming and waiting for their next set of items. And DK, they found a little space for burning. He has taken 3 points of Grievel's Greed. He's not dying. He's up to 1,100 gold. What does he go for now, Brax? Well, Claymore
He's
the
getting
choice.
a Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade.
100%. He wants this so he can... This Naga won't be able to split push at all. He'll just die and feed every time once he gets the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, unless Banana
He
sticks with
wants
his
to be
team.
able to... Exactly, but then he's not being as effective as he is right now.
Right.
Where he's the solo hero pushing lanes out really far.
And it'll be great against the Queen of Pain. In fact, all these heroes for Tongfu, even if they get BKBs on Razor or Queen of Pain, they won't know Burning's coming. Then he stuns them, and an Alc can easily burst these heroes down with any kind of backup. So a lot of firepower for Burning, assuming he does go for the Shadow Blade. He's up to 1,500 gold. If he wanted a Battle Fury, he'd probably have bought the Broadsword already. So like you said, almost certainly a Shadow Blade. Tongfu, they'll smoke up and head into the Dire Jungle, straight up the hill next to the mid tier 1. They're looking for trouble. They're cruising for a bruising. DK will retreat to their tier 1 top. Mu killing off a creep with a quick Shadow Strike or Scream of Pain there, and now they look to dive. Haster on Mu. Oh, they've got the scent. QQQ is going to dispel the smoke, and they won't commit just yet. The jig is up. Now they'll look to push.
LD, hi.
Hello.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Who's that?
Radiant structures
What have you
are
done, Brax?
fortified.
What have you done?
That wasn't me, it's some guy named Pepper.
Song of the Siren used bottom lane. ROTK's been caught. He's got Infest, however. I don't know if they can actually kill him. He rages. He tries to run. Now he gets netted. He's still fighting his way out. No Infest used. He will end up going down. Well,
Another good thing about the Shadow Blade on Alk is that even when he's off farming the jungle, as long as he's off map, people aren't going to split push against him, because there's always the threat of him being there.
yeah, it
it's
punishes the Queen of Pain,
useful, I
the
guess.
Naga, and anyone else, like you said, who tries to split push. Tongfu are getting tanky, though. I don't know. Some of these heroes he might not be able to burst down. Like an Enigma with a BKB, that's a
Right.
lot of extra HP. Naga Siren with an Urn of Shadows, he'll need follow-up, I feel, to actually get kills, rather than just
Dire's bottom tower
going
is
for an
under
initiation
attack.
and solo kills by himself.
Yeah, he might not be able to solo kill anyone actually at this point.
Even Sangsheng, up to 900 HP. Mu is going to go for an Orchid, so chooses the more aggressive item, and I believe the recipe... Nope, not coming yet. Still has 2 Oblivion Stabs. So Tongfu, leading 9-3, 60 minutes in, will take a tier 1 bottom and then group up and play a bit defensively. And they pressured the tier 2. They didn't take it down yet, but they are slowly starting to restrict the area of the map where it's safe for DK to farm. And DK, they have finally secured a Blink Dagger on Super. 16 minutes in. Pretty fast Blink, to be honest, despite having a tough time mid. And Super, let's see what he can do with this. He needs a big Blink RP, I feel.
Yeah, if you look at it from DK's perspective right now, there's nobody showing up on the map except Queen of Pain. They do not know where any hero is. Well, they didn't before, like 10 seconds ago. They played super scared. They smoked up and stood on their own hill for a long time waiting for heroes to show up.
Yeah, and they're still farming to some extent, but now they're going to take the tier 1 top. And I don't think DK, even with Blink RP, could defend this. Because Tongfu are under the tower now. They're working on a Plasma Field, Scream of Pain. The creep wave will be cleared out in a hurry, and now Tongfu begins to work away, chip away, rather quickly at that tier 1 top. The Radiant squad will pick up their last tier 1 tower. They've taken all 3 now. DK struggling a bit for map control, grouping up 4 heroes bottom, while RTK pushes in mid. They might even look to make a dive, but diving... And I can hear myself in the background there, Brax.
Yeah, that's not me. That's Pepper.
Okay. If Pepper could mute the stream or turn it down, would be swell.
Oh my god, it's really not LD.
Hello, Pepper.
Can't believe it, hi.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's nice to meet you, buddy. Well, Tongfu, 3 heroes grouped up. They'll break high ground here. They'll breach straight up the hill, and now they're looking for RTK, who's farming neutrals all by his lonesome. Could get caught. Stealing some damage is how. Now the net. RTK in a lot of trouble. Tries to TP out. Nothing to cancel it. Not yet. He'll get away. Barely escaping with his life. Tongfu, they had everybody grouped up, but just Rage too strong. The net was used early, and RTK able to escape.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, even though they aren't getting the kills on these
Radiant's
heroes,
bottom tower is
just
under
making them
attack.
go heal gets you a free tower pretty much every
Dire's
time.
structures are fortified.
That's all they need.
Can DK still come back? They're going to lose a tier 2 top. They're down by 4k gold, 5k experience. They do have a pretty good lineup to defend the high ground, but Brax, what do you think about DK shot from here?
Dire's
Are they
top
in
tower has
dire
fallen.
straits, or can they just sit back, farm, and try and take this late game?
I mean, they can sit back and farm, but it's not going to end well for them at this rate. But all they need is one good team fight, you know? A big RP followed by an Elk stun, and the game could easily change.
Yeah, don't forget that Lifestealer for RTK is getting very close to an armlet as well. So he'll have another item soon. Gloves of Haste on the ground. Just needs 150 gold for the recipe. A Lifestealer now can really hurt these melee heroes with Empower. And speaking of that Empower, level 1. But now, or soon, we'll start to see that Magnus level it up. Tongfu, they took the tier 2 top, but they also deployed a lot of aggressive wards. They're going to spot RTK on the move through his own jungle. And this Orchid could be the death of him. Moo, he'll find RTK. He just needs 1 or 2 heroes to back him
mid's
up.
coming already.
Oh, I don't think he knows about this Orchid. RTK in so much trouble. The silence is going to be the death of him. Now the Scream comes as well. Malefice, Grave Chill. Soul Assumptions there. RTK will fall. Another well-executed gank. And like you said, probably hard for DK to keep up in terms of farm. Also hard for them even to get farm. With a Queen of Pain with an Orchid now on the map, nowhere is safe.
They're pretty much confined to farm in front of their tower, and even then, they're not safe.
That's where Tongfu can pull ahead. Burning has finally become your lead farmer. Shadowblade up, now up to 3k. But Tongfu have a lot of ways to deal with him. They have Black Hole, they have the Naga Net, they have the Silence, potentially as well, if his BKB is on cooldown. And they still have Razor, who can steal all his damage even through a BKB if Burning opts to get one, which he hasn't yet. So I feel like even if Burning gets really fat, Tongfu have so many abilities and heroes, just the perfect lineup to counter a single fat core.
Yeah, I can totally agree.
And is he even going to get fat? He's still behind the Queen of Pain as it looks like Moo has picked up an Ogre Club. Now working towards a BKB. And we'll see a BKB already complete on our Enigma. So Tongfu really picking up the big items here. And I don't think DK have a great lineup to cancel that Black Hole. RP isn't going to help you unless you can somehow get behind Enigma, which is very hard to do in practice. Often you get sucked in. That Black Hole could be devastating.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So DK has 1 ward out right now, and they can see Tongfu pushing their tower, but they don't know that Naga's here too. I mean, the Naga just sits off the map during these pushes, and they have no idea. They can easily set up a gank on this. Well, there's a ward there, but if there wasn't, they could set up a gank for this Alchemist while pushing the mid tower, and DK wouldn't be able to react at all, because they just don't have the information to see if they're all there or not.
Yeah, Burning now up to 3.6k gold. He is getting pretty fat. We'll see what his next item is. But for the time being, just sitting back and farming. QQQ a bit squishy. Some of these DK heroes are just desperately poor. Like, there's a Shadow Demon who's walking around with 700 HP. He will die nearly instantly to Tongfu's lineup. And they're now working towards a mech. Songshung's going to get one soon. He's level 9. Tongfu seems very content just to sit back and farm. 21 minutes in, they now lead by about 5k gold. The same as it was a few minutes ago, but the map control advantage still heavily going their way. 4 heroes grouped up, clumped up mid. And now a gem on Moo. They really want to start taking over in terms of map control.
Yeah, this gem lets him split push too, without having to be afraid of the Alchemist. You can usually silence or blink away in time before he can get a stun off.
Yeah, he'd have to be channeling it and come from like around the tree line, and then have to be about to go off. And even then, Moo's going to have a BKB fairly soon, at which point, even if Alk throws the stun, just that's the BKB, it will get out. And we've seen earlier in the series that Moo has very quick reactions, so unlikely you can kill him, and Tongfu feeling confident are going to group up as 5 and look to push the tier 2 mid. 22 minutes in, DK left with 1 outer tower standing. This Razor pick, Tongfu's a slightly unusual draft, seems to be working out quite well for them.
You know, it doesn't seem like he's doing a whole lot this game, but in team fights, he prevents the snakes from really doing anything at all. He can't focus them, and he can't even be anywhere near him. He has to just leave the fight immediately. Even if you infest a target, the static link still stays on.
Right. It's It's actually, I think there's nothing in the game that can remove it now, right? Like, you used to be able to use a BKB to remove it. That doesn't work anymore. You can't, I don't think you can Manta out of it.
No, you can't.
There's, like, nothing that removes it. Not even astraling yourself, not even disrupting yourself. If you're linked, you are tied together for life. There's no divorce from Razor once he gets his claws on you.
You know, he can even link, and then Naga can sleep. And then during that channel, he'll steal damage the whole time. And they can just start a team fight with 250 bonus damage.
You're making me feel queasy for DK. We haven't even seen Tongfu really force a fight. That's the scary thing. Is they haven't gotten a big black hole. They haven't thrown a Queen of Pain ult over the top of it. They've mostly just found pickoffs and farmed. And we're actually going to have an initiation now. Blink, RP. They've caught Moo, but that's it. Black hole from King J. He's pulled into as well. Reels him in. Now Moo unloads the ult. He'll find one. It could be more soon. Super trapped in the trees. RTK on the run. It's a headlong retreat for DK. Moo, that Queen of Pain jumping north. Finds Die, the Shadow Demon, and looks to bring him down. He's silenced. He's low. He will fall. 3 dead. RP on the sidelines. And now a buyback from Super. But to what end, I ask? No RP, no real way to defend. And now, Tongfu marching into the base. This could be a very anticlimactic end to our grand finals. Tongfu already 2 games up and looking to take this lane of racks. If they take this game, they will be your Dota 2 Super League champions. They haven't done the racks yet, but they're working on it. DK very much on the back foot now. Ouch. Well, that's what happens when they use RP, Brex. They have no way to cancel Black Hole. Just absolutely nothing they can do. And I liked how King J didn't.
Hard to take a team fight.
I liked how he didn't hesitate there. He didn't try to catch everyone. He just jumped in, Black Hole 2, and won them the fight.
Oh yeah, he just tried to get as many as he could really quick, so to minimize the damage they take.
You know what else is crazy? They didn't even have to use Song of the Siren there. They had it available if it was needed, but never had to use it. Now they're looking to push the tier 2 bottom lane. They haven't bothered with Roche yet. They'll net up burning. Are they going to commit? Damage being stolen rapidly. Link's there from How. Not committing just yet. Remember, he's got a BKB. Now he's going for it. Banana jumps in. Moo as well. This Queen of Pain. Everybody on DK being driven back to their own tier 3 bottom. Not done yet, though. Moo is going to drop low, but a Song of the Siren, so a timely moment, brings him out. Now burning. BKB'd and therefore helpless. That Naga Siren ult really being used effectively. RTK next in line. Moo wants some more. He's looking for MMY Shadow Demon. He blinks forward. One more scream will end his life. Moo absolutely out of control. Mega kill for him. They also managed to bring down Super's Magnus at the mid lane. Tongfu are cruising. 17-3. Make it a massive advantage for them. Make it a 12k gold lead, a 12k experience lead. And perhaps one of the most one-sided grand finals I have personally ever cast at a Chinese tournament. This is brutal.
Oh god, yeah.
Do you feel this is just Tongfu playing really well, or is it DK just not kind of living up to their potential here?
I just don't think that DK's playstyle, their 5-man, their 4 protect 1 is good at all versus the split push.
So you just think they need a different style, basically, to match Tongfu?
Yeah, I really do believe that this 3-core split push completely crushes a 5-man team fight. You can't push it all.
And especially when you have so
It's
many
just their
specific
array heroes.
Yeah, so many specific counters to Lifestealer and Alchemist as well. I love that Enigma
Exactly.
pick. Like when they saw DK went 3 melee cores, you pick up Enigma, and DK just had no way to deal with that. The early BKB rush has really paid off.
Yeah. They have Enigma and Naga and Razor to lock down all these melee heroes. They can't do anything in fights, no matter how farm they are.
It's tough for DK because they have to take fights. Tongfu are bringing the pain directly onto their doorstep. Queen of Pain now with a completed BKB. There was even a buyback from Banana. A rather unnecessary one, but hey, you're winning by a lot. Why the hell not? At this
It's actually
point,
not too bad. They just want to keep presence on the map.
so Tongfu, they've taken 1 lane of racks. They haven't gone for Roche yet, and it looks like DK might try to snipe one. Thinking about it. Well, for the time being, just RTK doing some reconnaissance work, but if they want to take... I feel like maybe DK needs to sneak a Roche, because without some sort of advantage, I just don't think they can win a straight-up fight. At least that's how it seems to me right now.
Yeah, they need something desperate.
Any clever concoctions from the brain of Brax? Anything unusual they could go for here?
I mean...
Mask of Madness on the Alk?
I mean, they could, but it'd help them lose faster, probably. Wouldn't be good.
Are there any items that can turn this around? Is it more just fight selection?
It's just a proper team fight. If Tongfu clump up accidentally in one team fight, even Roche could be a mistake.
Right.
Because they'll feel really confident pushing up with this Aegis. They might group up, you know, horribly and tank an RP with Alk stun afterwards. That'd be bad.
Well, it seems like that's going to be hard to come by right now. Tongfu, pretty good spread from them, though. We'll head towards the Roche Pit, but Banana's parked to the north, so unless they somehow catch this Naga, even if it's a 4-hero RP, there will be a Song to help them disengage. And for the time being, DK, no interest in fighting. 3 heroes at the Dire, the remnants of the Dire bottom racks. They're not even leaving the base. Burning, as well as RTK, pushing in the top lane. RTK trying to protect Burning, who has a BKB, is working towards an Assault Cuirass, but Aegis about to go to Tongfu. There's no snipe being attempted. I love this positioning for Banana. Well north of the pit, can spot anyone rotating in, and can also sleep if they somehow get caught by a smoke RP. And DK give up a Roche without even a bang, without even a whimper. They just give it up for free.
Yeah, team fights are such a mess because there's no way to... Even if they get a big RP off, if Naga just sleeps and he's not in the RP, he's pretty much just resets the whole fight. You know?
And the same for the
they blow their
BKB
big
Enigma.
team fight cooldown.
They have to get both.
Exactly.
That's very tough.
And it's going to be impossible when sleep pretty much hits your whole screen.
Team DK, they want to burn your soul, but right now their own souls are getting roasted as Tongfu marches down mid. How? Chipping away on the tier 3 mid for DK. Tongfu leading 18-4, 29 minutes in, and DK not giving up just yet. It could be their last match unless they can summon something remarkable. They need a miracle right now, make no mistake about it. Round 2 of the Illusions will march forward. Familiars flying high. The air support is here. The ground support now comes in. An army of Eidolons working on RTK. Moose jumped in. He's isolated super. He's got his ult. He's going to bring down that mag. There's no RP in this fight, at least not without a buyback. And Moose not done yet. He'll find a double kill for himself. Now a black hole. Catches RTK. Catches Burning. This could be the end for DK. Alchemist, Lifestealer on the run to the fountain. Burning can't live. He'll go down. He bought a Basher. No buyback for him. And for DK, this will be their final moments in the Dota 2 Super League. It's been a 3-0 thrashing. Moo finding additional kills with the Shadow Strike damage. Dropping low, but not dead yet. He will pop his Aegis at the enemy fountain. Taunting DK, who now will GG out. Tongfu do it in style. They do it in dominating fashion. They'll take your grand finals 3-0. Boy, Brax, they look pretty scary to me.
Yeah, that's the quickest 3-0 I've seen in a long time, especially the finals.
This feels like a scrimmage or something. It doesn't feel like the grand finals of the Dota 2 Super League. They just got smashed. Jesus.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Tongfu just playing really good right now.
Burning your soul no longer. So for DK, you just feel like the style they're running is very weak against this tri-core split push. But aside from
Yeah,
that,
I really do.
is it just the style? Is there anything else they could be working on, or did they mostly just get outplayed here?
Well, they are getting outplayed, but I think that in an even game, they won't win. Just because that their heroes are... They have 3 heroes to counter the Snakes and Alchemists, these 2 melee carries, who are never
Right.
going to do anything this whole game. So, just by that, like itself, even if there's a big goal disadvantage, they can still win this game. They have big team fight AoE and stuff like that, but I just don't see, you know, Alchemist and Nakes being able to carry this game against those 3 heroes.
Ouch. Well,
Yeah.
for DK, they've had some great performances. Like over the past few weeks, they've taken down some top teams. They did get to the grand finals. They had to go through stiff competition to do it, but it does seem that Tongfu is a tough matchup for them. At least today. Yesterday, they did better against Tongfu, but they just got 3-0 wiped today. It seemed like Tongfu, after playing against DK in the Alienware Cup yesterday, they did their homework and they came very prepared to take the much bigger match here, the grand finals of the Super League today.
Yeah.
Hats off to them. They trained well.
You know, I really like the support Naga. Like, I don't
So
see the
good.
weaknesses in this hero. Yeah. It has everything you'd ever want in a hero.
She can split
And you
push
can
with
play it in any
Riptide.
position.
She can scout with her illusions. She can disrupt team fights with Song of the Siren. She locks down any enemy carry, including BKB carries with the net. Like you said, what doesn't she do? Even Riptide's a utility spell because it offers you minus armor. So it's not like she needs damage items to contribute. I'm with you, Brax.
Exactly.
This support Naga is legit. And so are
I
Tongfu.
really do think so, too. Yeah.
Well, Brax, thank you very much for joining me. It was a slightly less exciting finals than what we maybe hoped for, but hats off to Tongfu. They played really well.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was, even though they're quick games and one-sided, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I learned a
They're still
lot.
good games.
Thanks for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us. Any shout-outs, any plugs you want to make here before we wrap things up?
The pepper.
Oh yeah, shout out to our... No, not Pepper.
No
Shout out
shout-outs to
our
Pepper.
sponsors. No, anti-shout out to Pepper. Shout out to our sponsors, Razer, LGD, and Taobao. Shout out to Nicholas and Ruru. That's it.
Shout out to you, Brax. He's Brax Likes Dota on Twitter if you want to follow him there. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit, LD Dota on Twitter. But most importantly, thank you to you guys, the viewers. Apologize the games weren't as exciting as what you might have hoped, but in the end, Tongfu take a lot of rares, and they also take the Dota 2 Super League Grand Finals. They walk away with a whole lot of prize money. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to DK, who even losing 0-3 here, still finished second place, and will still take home a lot of money as well. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm LD, he's Brax, and for now, we're signing off.